Hi, I'm Ross Powell, the founder of Survival401k, and today we're going to start answering questions that many people have asked over the course of the last 12 years that we've been in business.
So who should seriously consider opening a solo 401k?
Oh, that's easy. The best people to open a solo 401k is anybody with a small business, 1099 employees, like real estate agents, locum tenens, doctors, gig workers. If you're an Uber driver, you can use this product. If you're an electrician that's by themselves, if you have a sole proprietorship, if you have a standalone LLC single member, which is you. So any mom and pop business that doesn't have full-time employees can open one of these plans. Now, if you have employees, W-2 employees, but they work less than 1,000 hours, you can still be part of this program. But if you have W-2 employees that work full-time for you, I'm sorry, but you're out of luck on that. That requires a different type of product, which we don't offer. But you could also open an IRA or self-directed IRA if you want to, and we can guide you on that. We don't offer those, but we can guide you on how to get there.
So what's the biggest advantage of a solo 401k has over an IRA?
Oh, there's many. I'll just kind of hit with the top ones. Self-directed IRAs, you're limited to the IRA cap, which I believe is about 8,400 right now. The solo K is 72,000 between your voluntary contribution as well as your match. So you, as a business owner, can match your own contribution and put up to 25% if you're an LLC, and 20% as a sole proprietorship. So you can put a lot of money away and reduce your taxable income. So that's who it's best for. Anybody that's an independent solopreneur, 1099 employee, entrepreneur, small business owner, the sky's the limit. So that's, again, as long as you don't have full-time employees, you're fully eligible.
How does a solo 401k help reduce taxes?
Oh, so when you make money and you put it into your 401k, it comes off the top at all. So it's wide open. So it's dollar for dollar off the top. So let's say that you make $100,000 on the side. You don't need that for your budget. You can put up to $24,500 as a voluntary contribution, and then 25% of that 100, which would be another 25. So you could put up to 50,000 of that 100 away into a 401k and only pay taxes on the 50,000 that's left. So it's significant difference, different tax brackets. So that's a huge benefit to those who have side gigs and they're only banking that money, but having to pay tax on it. So this is a huge benefit for them.
What retirement accounts can be rolled into a solo 401k?
So pretty much everything can be rolled in here except for a Roth IRA. Roth IRAs are off limits. Also, inherited IRAs are off limits, but other 401ks, Roth 401ks are available, 403bs, which is a nonprofit, 457a from a city employee. All those are available to you. So there's a lot of ways to get your money in here, and also adding money to it through your payroll deduction from your company or your small business, or just when you take draws from your company, you can put that money in there as well.
Why shouldn't people leave old 401ks sitting around?
Well, if you have let's say you change jobs over 40 years of working or 30 years of working, and you have 4 or 5 different plans sitting out there, and you may have 10,000 in one and 20 in another and 10 in another. They're just not being able to do anything for you. They're all invested in the same things. So with this, you can actually combine all of those. Let's say you have 5 different 401ks, each of them have $20,000 in them, and individually they're not that much money, but combined you have $100,000. And what that does for you is you can get into different types of investments with $100,000 than you can with 20. And you all can also borrow against your 401k up to $50,000 or 50% of your balance. So if you have 20,000, you can only borrow 10, but if you have 100,000, you can borrow the maximum of $50,000, which you can use as a real estate agent as a down payment, or you can use it to help get a property ready to be presented to the clients. So at the end of the day, you can do a lot more with this product than you can with an IRA or any other product for that matter, even a SEP IRA.
Can a solo 401k really buy real estate?
Absolutely. You buy it in your plan name, and all the rentals, everything comes back tax deferred. So if you're making $1,000, $2,000 net on your rental property, that goes back into your plan tax free. So you don't have to pay tax until you actually stick that money in your pocket or during your RMD. So if you take a distribution, you have to pay tax. But if you are using the money and just growing, and you're 40 years old and you do this for 30 years, you'll have a big bunch of money sitting tax deferred in your account.
What expenses can the retirement account pay for?
Well, the retirement account will pay for the actual, on a rental property, let's use that illustration. On a rental property, you can pay for the actual paying for the property, any maintenance that has to be done, any repairs that have to be done, property management fees, taxes, everything will be paid out of that account. And so all that money will go back out, but all your rental income will come back in. And so it's a great option for any of those that are loving real estate.
Can a solo 401k own precious metals?
It can. Absolutely it can. And the rules are different than an IRA, but we try to focus people on government issued coins and bars and things like that, rounds. You can do other things, but we will try to keep people inside the best purity, because that's going to get you the best resale at the end of the day.
Can a solo 401k invest in startups?
It can, as long as you're not part of the startup. So your 401k can be a partner in a actual startup. You can be let's say your ABC Enterprises 401k PSP is going to be a partner in a startup. You can absolutely do that, but you can't actually be another owner individually. So I can't be Ross Powell and ABC Enterprises, which would be me, can't be in the same startup. That's a prohibited transaction and will invalidate your 401k and cost you a lot of money in taxes. So and we caution all of our clients, if you're going to do a deal of any kind, talk to us first and make sure we keep you out of the ditch.
Can a solo 401k invest in private lending?
Absolutely. You can actually get involved in private lending very easily. So let's say you're sitting on 100,000 and you have people that want to borrow money, 10,000, 20,000, you can charge a pretty high rate up to the usury rates, and you can actually have them pledge collateral. So there's a lot of things you can do with that. You just have to make sure that your promissory notes are written by an attorney and any of your legal documents are reviewed by an attorney, because that's very important.
What was the most unique investment you've seen, or what investment typically surprises people that's allowed?
Oh, I think there's some interesting ones. I mean, a person bought a semi-trailer truck and leased it out to a driver, and the guy pays rent and a percentage of his cargo back to the plan. I mean, he doesn't drive it, he just leases it out. I know a guy that actually bought a water truck, leases it out to a driver, and he shares the profits in Colorado during the fires. So there's a lot of things. Again, it's only up to your creativity of what you can do.
What's a prohibited transaction in simple terms?
It's when the simple term is you violate the rules. So the key things are, you cannot do business with yourself. So you can't buy your own property. You can't buy your grandmother's property. You can't buy a property and let your son or daughter live in it, or your girlfriend or anybody, or yourself occupy it. So you can have a vacation rental in Cabo, friend, of a client doing that now, but they can't use it. So it's purely as an income producing asset. So the key things are, you can't use the things that you're buying, and you can't use this account, which is a bank account, which will have a debit card, wire, and ACH access to. You can't use it as your slush fund. So as long as you keep good records, and I think you won't have any trouble with the tax man. Everything will work out, and you'll save a lot of money.
Why is keeping everything at arm's length so important?
To stay out of jail with the IRS. I mean, no, you're never going to go to jail, but you could get fined. So you need to keep everything at arm's length, just for clarity and making sure that you don't violate any rules. And if you have any questions, as a client, you need to call us before you do it, not after the fact, and we have to unwind it.
Do you need an LLC with a solo 401k?
Absolutely not. You can start as a sole proprietor, then go to an LLC, and then, but starting a plan, you can be a sole proprietor, easy peasy. A lot of my clients do that, and that's how they start out. And when they start getting bigger, and they may have more liability, we can move them into an LLC. Or we can start with an LLC, brand new for you, and then attach the plan to it. So it depends on, again, it's your budget. The cheapest way is to go through as a sole proprietor if you're just getting started, or you're doing well and it's a side gig. But if you're going to start thinking you're going to get liability, then we should set you up with an LLC and then move into the 401k.
Why is an LLC the more prominent one?
Because it has it separates you from the company. So your assets as a sole proprietor are fully in what I call a glass box. Everything that you do can be seen by an attorney. So every piece of property you own, including your home, your cars, rental properties that you may have outside of the 401k, are all fair game. If you get sued as a sole proprietor, they can come after you for everything. If you have an LLC, you have this corporate veil that protects, as long as you follow the LLC rules and do minutes and have your meetings and everything is is ship shape, then you won't have any problem. They can only take what's in the LLC, not outside of that. So we have some protection strategies and structures that help even more than that for rental property specifically and real estate. So there's a lot of things we can do to help you make it very difficult for somebody to sue you.
Is a solo 401k only for wealthy people, or can beginners use one too?
Absolutely. If you have a minimum of $15,000 in an old 401k, we can help you. Anything after that, under that, really is you can pay the taxes and be cheaper than having our plan. So morally, I could sell you the plan for that, less than that, but morally it would be wrong. So you can actually just pay the tax on the 15,000 or 10,000, and actually it would be less than you paying our fees. So again, if you're over 15,000, we can help you out straight away.
What makes Survival 401k different from other retirement providers?
We're specialized in white glove treatment. So many companies out there that you'll find our competitors will sign you up. That's almost like a 401k mill. They'll sign you up, send you electronic documents, and set you on an ICE float. So we provide unlimited phone conversations, consultations. We help you fill out your 5500 EZ if you need one. Any type of 1099, we help you with that. So we have a white glove program, and we also send you printed copies of your binder. We have a customer client portal that has all your documents in there. So if you lose your binder in a move or a flood, which has happened to several of my clients, your documents are always online and accessible to you. And also we can talk to us about different deals, and we can keep you out of trouble at the front end instead of after the fact.
Why is education such a big part of your business?
Because if you don't know what you're doing, you can make mistakes. So we want people to go in there with their eyes wide open. And at the end of the day, this product may work for you or it may not. I don't want to just sell products just to sell them. This is to empower people, and really part of a mission that we have to help people become financially free and cast off the chains of the matrix.
Why should real estate investors really consider a solo 401k?
So the solo 401k is perfect for real estate agents, real estate investors, brokers, syndicators, all those people involved in that, because real estate is cyclical. So you have good years and bad years, good years and bad years. And on the good years, you can put up to $72,000 away in your solid years. And if you're over 50, that makes it 80, because the average age in real estate from the Real Estate Association is saying it's about 47 years old. So you're getting close to 50. So it's a great way of putting money away. And in your lean years, you can take loans or distributions or things like that. So it's a great way of putting your money away. And the different products we have also to help you leverage your real estate through our Invisible Investor program also is perfect for the real estate market. So if you're just starting out, or you're in your 20th year of real estate and you have money sitting in an IRA or even a SEP IRA, the solo 401k is a much better product, specifically for the loan program. So if you're a real estate agent and you see a deal that's off market and you can do a fix and flip with it, if you try to use an IRA, you have to go to a custodian, and 2 or 3 weeks later, you'll get your check. With this, you can actually just stroke a check right there with the owner or with their broker, or whoever you're going to be using, and you can seal the deal for the earnest money right away. So it's quick to market. So if you have an IRA or even self-directed IRA, you're going to be quick, get ahead of anybody else with your solo 401k and the loan function. But also, you can also just take a distribution. If your 401k is going to own that property, you can just write a check from your solo 401k straight up, and then you can invest the balance of it. And if you need non-recourse lending, we can help you with that. And if you need real estate funding, also we have that capability now, where you can have fix and flips, alternative long-term financing, as well as new construction. So we have a lot of funding opportunities working with third-party lenders. We're not a mortgage brokers. We don't determine your credit. We just refer you people to the best fit, and we turn you on to folks, and then you work with them and get your funding. It could be less than 20 to 48 hours turnaround. Some of these programs take 10 to 17 days to actually close, but also, again, we have programs for fix and flips with up to 90% loan to value. So, and with the 12-month interest only loan term. So it's a lot of benefits, and your credit score determines your loan to value and also your experience. So there's a lot of things we can do from a funding side as well to help you. And we can also integrate the funding with your solo 401k, so you can leverage both angles on various deals. So we can figure out which deal uses the best money and has the best tax advantage for you as well. So non-recourse lending can work really great as well. So again, it's normally 60 to 70% loan to value to use your 401k money. But if you don't have enough 401k money, we can also set you up with these other funding programs and quickly get moving on them so that you don't lose the deal. So you can actually take a loan from your 401k, lay down your earnest money while you're waiting for your funding outside of your 401k. So if you want to do this outside of 401k, you can use the loan function in your 401k as well as using this outside funding to close your deal. So there's a lot of flexibility in real estate agents, brokers, syndicators, flippers, all can do very well with the 401k. It gives you a lot of flexibility when you have your checkbook in hand.
What taxes does the solo 401k avoid?
So the other benefit of using the solo 401k versus an IRA or any other product is that you're not subject to the UBTI, the unintended business tax, income tax, and also UDFI, which is the unrelated debt tax. So if you're using an IRA, if you use leverage, you're going to get taxed at 37% unforgiving tax on the money you made using that leverage. With a 401k, you're not subject to those taxes. So if you borrow $100,000 to do a flip with your solo 1k, you don't pay any UDFI on that. But if you're going to borrow $100,000 using your IRA, you're going to be subject to 37% tax on the money you made using that money. So it's a huge benefit for real estate. One of the key deals that separates us from the IRA crowd.
What is the financial fortress?
The financial fortress is a structure that includes an LLC with an S corp, an LLC holding private properties. Also, it comes with a management company LLC, as well as a Survival 401k. So for the Survival 401k, for any type of contributions, it has to be active or earned income. So your income from a rental property is considered passive by the IRS. So you would have to have an active. So your rental income that goes into your local LLC, which is owned by your holding company, can pay a management fee to the other LLC, which is your management company. Then that money can go into your 401k. So it actually provides a shield of protection from plaintiff lawyers and people trying to take your money from you. So there's a way, and we can go through all of that. It's fairly complicated, so I have to draw it out with you and see your specific scenario. We also have the invisible investor, which is similar, but it's strictly for real estate purchasing. But we can also add a management company and the 401k to that. So we can put this together in modules. Start as a sole proprietor. You can go to an LLC. Then we can go to the holding company. Then we can go to management company. So we can progress as you progress. This structure can actually grow with you.
What is the typical age that people open solo 401ks?
And it varies. I mean, many people are getting close to retirement, or they're early on in their career. Anybody that's a gig worker or any type of solopreneur, sole proprietorship can start. But the average age is late 30s, early 40s. I have people in their 60s that just want to get their money out of Wall Street and invest in real estate. So there's a bunch of different ways and all ages. So it just depends on the individual. There's no set age average.
What is a non-recourse loan?
A non-recourse loan is where you use the assets of your 401k. So when you buy a rental property through your 401k, you can't use your personal credit. That would be a prohibited transaction. So we have people that we can go to for loans for funding for real estate, but they look at your 401k, your assets, and they'll loan you. It's about 60 to 70 loan to value, meaning that you have to come up with 30 or 40% of the down payment from your 401k, and they'll lend you the balance. So the rental will pay your mortgage down. Your rental income will pay your mortgage down as well. And so when you sell, you just have to pay the money back. So with fix and flips, if you have minor repairs and you have $100,000 in your 401k, you can borrow that $50,000 for a short period and make all the repairs. Once you close on the property, once it's finished, you pay that loan back, and you can do it several times. So it's a great way for fix and flippers.
If someone is self-employed or has 1099 income and wants to learn more, what's the next steps? Well,
there's a couple places if you want to learn more beyond this, you can go to our watch.survival401k.com, or you can go to our contact page at survival401k.com, book a free 30-minute consultation to see if it's right for you. And if it's not, we move along. If it is, and if it's not right for you and I can tell you the better way, and save you money, then I will tell you that. Or if it works for you, then we can just start up a relationship, start with a 401k or an LLC, and then move to the 401k.
What referral program is available for Survival 401k?
So if you are a real estate agent and you want to become a client, we also have an affiliate program that provides another income stream for you, or any type of business owner. You can have a referral. So you can check that out at affiliate on our affiliate link on our page at survival401k.com. And that will show you what our program works. So just sending people referral to us, it's easy as that. If they sign up, then you get a spiff or some kind of bonus, and we do that once a month. So the more you send, the more you make.